keep forgetting not to mute myself. Hello, good evening, how are you doing? That's the second week in a row I've done that. Anyway, how are you all? I hope you're well. Thank you so much for joining us. This is the Hobby Corner. My name is Kev. This is my face. And yeah, just gonna have a nice chill out Friday evening, doing some hobby. Just a heads up, if I sound a bit weird or if you can hear more noise than usual, it's because for some reason the sound settings deleted themselves and I had them quite good and I've never been able to get them back as good as they were. So, and it's hard to sort it out with a Blue Yeti, because if you got your headset plugged into the Blue Yeti, you can hear yourself anyway, but you hear what the mic hears, you don't hear what's going through the program. So when you go to hear what's going through the program, you're getting an echo and you can't quite hear the difference. It's very but anyway, so yeah, just let me know if it's okay, if it's not too echoey, or if you can hear the fan on the laptop. If you can hear me tap the table, just let me know and then I can adjust it later on. So yeah, I hope you're well. What are you up to this evening? What a week it's been, isn't it? All sorts of stuff going on in the world, but we are here to forget all about that and to paint up some lovely war dollies as well. So itchy nose. Also yum. Oh, that's good. Thank you so much, Kev. Awesome. You know, because I'm always so hyper, like, is it gonna sound right? That's my main thing. Camera, I can deal with. I can fix it on the go. Sound is like the biggest thing for me. It's the thing that like really gets me the most. Anyway, so I've changed my setup a little bit. Instead of using the old art pad that I had, you know, like the massive A3, I think it is, A3 sized art pad that I normally just do my painting on. Crisp and bassy. Well, you know, I've got quite a bassy voice after all, don't I? Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, anyway, yeah, I've changed things up. I'm trying to restrict myself more to just a tray, and I don't know if you remember, Games Workshop did the Citadel hobby box thing, and I'll just switch cameras and then you can see really, but essentially this is the lid which you could use as a hobby tray. I've nicked this from the actual lap tray just so the autofocus has got something to focus on. You need those lines there. I sound like a Chinese scouser. Awesome. That's exactly what I was going for, mate, so thank you very much for that. So anyway, yeah, it's going to limit my paint dispersal, it's going to limit the mess I make while I hobby, and if Normski's watching, I did actually find my Broken Toad sticker, so thank you very much for throwing that in the post, and my little Freddo. So yeah, it was sitting in, because we've been collecting empty boxes for my wife's new online business where she's selling like home goodies like bath bombs and smelly powder that you can put on your carpet to make it smell nicer, and wax melts, and she wants to make her own crayons and stuff like that. So been hoarding all the boxes just so we can reuse them for shipping and stuff. And yeah, anyway, this has been my TED talk. Anyway, let's have a look and see who's in the chat. I always like this bit. So we're going to start with the Caring Commissar. Hello, well met. The Immersive World Crafter. That is Mr. Kevin. Essex Boys, of course. Ravens Rook Miniatures. You retracted a message, did you? How cryptic. Norm Skiers in the chat. How you doing, buddy? Hope you're well. Who else have we got down here? Oh, the chat's alive. Lupus Canis. How you doing, buddy? We got Gunstar Hero. How you doing? Thank you for joining us. Different Gear TV. What else we got? Who we got here? That's everyone who's put in the chat at the moment. So yeah, thank you so much for joining us. So after my recent exposure, no joking, I won't go on about it. I did have a bit of a fanboy moment yesterday when, you know, I had my Stormcast mini shown off on Twitch TV for Warhammer TV, sorry. That was kind of like a little hobby goal of mine. But right now I want to work on this baby. I never got around to finishing it. It was very messy as well, so I wanted to just neaten it up a bit. And yeah, they're gonna get that done. So as you can see, I did end up having to lop the head off because I couldn't get around the back much. And of course, as we all know, you need access around the back. Ding! So yeah. Yeah, thanks for giving the like. Yeah, if you want to throw down a like, you know, it helps the algorithm, you know, nonsense where more people get to see it. So it's always worth doing. Thank you very much for subscribing. That's cool. Where are we going now with this? Right, so I'm just going to pop a bit of music on because I'm actually really digging this. I've got Mambo on at the moment, so I'm loving it, man. It's making me wiggle my butt. I feel like a Muppet right now because you can only see like from the chest up. Today we are going to learn about Mambo. Alright, let's cut that out. Yeah, someone jiffed that, man. Also, I will be munching on this Freddo. By the way, I've seen in... Oh, please someone confirm this to me, right? I knew because of sugar tax, blah, 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 the prices of some drinks are going to go up. But I saw a can of Iron Brew go for 69p. 69p for a regular can of Iron Brew. When a few years ago, you could get a can for like 20 or 30p. It was always the cheapest one that you could get. And it's more than doubled. What is that all about? Someone please educate me on this. Why is this happening to Iron Brew of all things? I thought, oh yeah, I'll have a nice cheeky treat. I haven't had an Iron Brew in a while. Boom. Price hike. Ridiculous, man. Honeybee 3 months. Oh, thanks, Essex Boys. Pout, pout. You look like one, but thank you very much, you old git. Right, so let's just gonna move this slightly like that. Just adjust the camera a bit. There we go. I can move that forward a bit, and that's all out the way. Haha. Blame Nicholas Sturgeon. It's all her fault, innit? But we won't get into that. What that woman's been doing. We'll let the Scottish people sort her out. It could be £20 account. I will go. Tastes like pish. Ah. Right. So I completely forgot where I was. I got like the old palette paper thing that I used. Right. Let's bring this. Still ain't got the camera right. Is that a bit better? I think that's more natural, isn't it? Okay. So what to work on now? So apart from a final highlight and touch up, the ghosty, spirity bits are pretty much done. I still got the jewels and stuff, and I mean the honeycomb is good on its own, but I've messed it up a bit. I've dry brushed over some parts. This was a really messy job I did. Crikey. Oh, I do like that bit though. Got a little pin wash going on in there. See, that's just literally watered down white scar dropped in there. And you just let the groove do its job. That's what she said. More angle in it. Needs more bees. Well, I haven't attached them yet because I wanted to paint this up first and then do the bugs afterwards. She is the bee's knees. Right, let's see. You know what? I want to do a nice dry brush over that because the problem is I did try and do a subtle dry brush on it, but it was way too subtle. And even though the contrast has done a lot of the work on it, I want some variation on the bark, on the shading of the bark. So I don't know how I'm gonna do it. You know me, I'll just wing it, don't I? Amy Foss, how you doing, brother? Welcome to the show. Are you all thawed out from the storm yet? Well, I suppose you would be actually. It's Texas. It's like sunny almost every day. Okay, let's get a touch of brown in there. So I put a dollop of what was that? Death Guard green. I'm just, like I said, I'm winging it right now. I've got some dryad bark. So I'll pop a bit on there, maybe just to dip the shade a bit. And okay, right, so let's see what this does to it. Ah, there we go. That's quite an interesting colour right there, isn't it? So I'm just going to do this in some areas selectively. Kind of like a dirty, mossy sort of colour to it. Do my old knuckle test. Yeah, okay. So, maybe a little bit over here. Problem is though, it might be too subtle. Ah, yeah, you know what? It's so subtle that the dry brushing is actually rubbing off the contrast paint underneath. Bruh. Alright, maybe we'll do it a bit wet. That's what she said. Yeah, that's better. It's better when it's wetter. Put that on a t-shirt, please. So what is everyone working on tonight? I know a few of you will be dashing off to play a bit of D&D tonight. And you know, as I say every week, totally not jealous of you at all. I'm not even gonna mix this. Just put it straight on. Let's do this bit here. Oh, I'll tell you what, this gives like a really textured, sort of grey mossy sort of feel to it. See that? It's not bad actually. I'm gonna be quite selective with where I put it though, because as subtle as it is, don't want it to overrun anything. Going to get dirty with some modelling compound. Ooh, you filth. Thunder Warrior style. Nice. And the thing is, because these the Sylvaneth, they're always on the move, right? They don't just settle in one place, so the moss wouldn't just be on like the north side or whatever, like whichever side the moss prefers to grow on, if it prefers to grow on, because I know all mosses don't act like that. So it'd constantly be resting in different places, and so the moss would sort of grow in different places as well. Ah, thank you so much, Papa Owl. Thank you for joining us. Ah, Gunstar Hero. Never give up, man. Just all you need is just that motivation to get that first one started, yeah? Start with building something. Just get one model. That's all you need. It's just one model, primed, and you sit down with like 5 paints, okay? And those will be your base colors, right? And you just put the base colors on, and then you see how you get on. And if by any chance you feel like you want to paint a bit more, then just get the extra paints to do it and do a bit more. If you think, all right, that's enough, I'll carry on the next night or the night after, that's fine as well. And that's the best way to do it, because I've hit hobby burnout a lot. Especially when I was trying to keep up with the initial release of Conquest magazine, and then I did the same mistake again with the Mortal Realms magazine. And I was trying to do too much, you know, like painting, building, doing the playthroughs, making sure I was recording it all. And recording everything doubles your time on doing anything, because it's stop, start, and you got to set up all your gear and everything. It's a lot of hassle just to have to put it all away, especially when you don't have a permanent hobby space. But if you got just a little tray or something, or a book that you can just put your stuff on, a handful of you know, paints and a model, that's it, and just get yourself going that way. Oh, it's good to have you here, buddy. Thank you very much for joining us. So yeah, we're just chilling out. Got some mumbo played in the background just for something different, and I'm blundering my way through another model. That's what I do best. I just make it up as I go along. I got no rhyme or reason, and it kind of works sometimes, and sometimes it don't, but it's okay. Because sometimes you can make the best piece of art out of happy little mistakes. And I'm going to stop now, otherwise I'm going to start sounding like, what's his name? Mr. Bob Ross. And then Elston and Pickle will start accusing me of copying him. Alright. So yeah, this isn't quite a dry brush, it's more of what I call a wet dry brush. Other people call it an overbrush, but it's not that wet. You know, it's somewhere between an overbrush and a wet dry, a dry brush and an overbrush. So I'll call it a wet dry brush. Essentially, it's just where you could almost start getting streaks, but if you work it just right, you avoid those streaks. You know, it's like the wrong way to do dry brushing, but if you do it well, it pays off. It's a little skill that I picked up from making mistakes, and you know, that's where making mistakes can really pay off. And there we go. What does that look like? Does that look okay? Not sure if you can see the tone change there, but I didn't even dry my brush to do that, so wove a brush. Beat the devil out of it. Sounds like how I do my 3D modeling and printing. Yeah, that's it. Essex boys got it. Just don't overwhelm yourself. You know, it is very easy to become overwhelmed by your pile of shame. Through it, we all got piles of shame. You know, some of us have got more minis than actual possessions. So there we go. Oh, I think that looks alright actually. I think I found, yeah, I think I found my little, my little thing now. Mr. Spudderoony-Roo, how you doing, bud? So for anyone that don't watch the Chilling Wargamers, Mr. Wargamer Spud had a bit of a hiatus, and he made his reintroduction to the Chilling Wargamers show yesterday, and didn't fail to display. That don't make sense at all. It was a good show, man. It was nice to see you there, and you were looking fit and fine, dude. Like, those vegan sausage rolls were really paying off, man. Yep, getting our brushes moist. There we go. Have you been licking yourself again, Spud? There we go, that's wet enough. Yeah. Okay. I'm thinking of finding another tone now to sort of slightly overlap with that one. I'm trying to avoid the under bits where the joints are, not like inside in between the joints, but sort of where the joints sort of overlap, the plates of the bark overlap, because of course that would rub where any of it is. So yeah. Hey Richard Smith, how you doing, buddy? Glad you're here. I think they were just waiting for D&D to start. It usually starts at past. So there's weird growths on there. I'm not sure if it's like larvae eggs or something. It's very strange. Very strange. Let's just get that popping over there. Gotta get you popping, popping, popping. And I think I'll just dust these twigs as well. I like dusting over the top there. And then we'll move on to another colour for show. Oh, by the way, who's been watching WandaVision? Because I saw today's episode just before I came onto the Tinternet, and oh my, oh my, oh my. Oh my, oh my. Arse is off the sofa. I'm hobby den and ready to get mucky. Yeah, boy. That's how it's done. Sometimes when we put the kids down, like, it's a lot easier to put them down to sleep in our bed and then move them to theirs. But the problem is we're all cuddling up on that bed because, you know, they're still quite little. They're only 2 and 3 at the moment. But you get so like cozy that you just end up falling asleep, or you just like end up just sitting there, well, not even sitting there, lying there cuddling the kids and just scrolling through Facebook or Instagram or whatever. And it's really easy to just get stuck there. So Superman and Lois was also good. I haven't seen that. Going to Chip. Alright, man. Take it easy, dude. Have fun. I'll see you around. Hey, Pretzel, how you doing, buddy? Glad you're here. No spoilers, not watched that episode yet. Mate, after I finish the stream, yeah, go watch it. It's just getting better and better. No need to say any more. Right, so we got that nice Death Guard green spattered around. Now, what you do see a lot of is that grey ashen sort of moss, don't you? I wonder if I've got anything sort of like-ish, like it-ish. Administrator grey, boom, that'll do it. Oh yeah, this will do perfectly. Let's get the worst off, but not all of it. Wet dry brush. Really should do a t-shirt of that. I mean, how many of you out there would buy a t-shirt that said hashtag wet dry brush? If there's enough of a demand, I might design one. Alright, let's have a look, see. Just do it under here so I can see it. It's not quite what I was looking for, I don't think. Maybe do a little bit of an overlap on the green. No, it's not the right. I mean, unless I HC3D, how you doing, buddy? Do you ever paint terrain on stream? Sometimes I do, actually. Last bit I painted was the Sigmarite Mausoleum. And I did like some cool glowy effects from the inside of the tombs, like sort of spilling out with Tesseract glow and stuff, and it was good fun. And with like a wall section, you know, like messing around with tinting the highlights with different shades to get, or glazes even, to get like sort of a motley effect on your brickwork. So, you know, that's what I've done recently. Yeah, I wasn't happy with that, was I? But yeah, I've still got tons to do. I've got loads of the more recent terrain from the Mortal Realms magazine. You know, like the old Warcry stuff. So I've got statues and everything to do. Thank you. Right, so that didn't quite come out. It kind of came out a bit sort of pinky when it came over, when it was applied over that brown. So I need something. Let's try Eshin. Where are you based? I've been looking to send goodies to. I'm based in a place called High Wycombe, which is like just a 20-minute drive west of London. I am a London boy, but I moved out just because, you know, affordability or whatever. But yeah, I'm a UK dude. Actually, you'll find that there's quite a few people in the chat who are content creators as well. The Immersive Worldcrafter is a good one. Sprayblack Studios, how you doing, buddy? He's also a fantastic one as well. Essex Boys is doing an amazing bit of work on a Blood Bowl stadium. It's actually building that from scratch, and it looks epic. You got me, Foss from the Frost and Fists as well. Our brothers from across the pond. And Judge Gooch, he's a talented painter by far. Pretzel, you know what? I keep flaking on your name, dude. So, like, throw your name down in the chat so I'll remember. It's nothing personal, man. It's just there's so many people to remember, and I get confused between YouTube names, Discord names, Facebook name. You know, it's sort of messy, man. But yeah, everyone in the chat, man, they're all very talented people. can't forget Lupus Canis as well. I've seen some of their work, and it is lovely. Oh, this is it. This is what I was looking for. The Eshin Grey actually comes out a bit lighter, but it doesn't lose its greyness. It stays grey over that brown. It doesn't go like a purpley pink. I'm just going to quickly brush it over that other one. Yeah, boy. That is the grey I was looking for. Haha! Fake it till you make it, yo. So experimentation, man. This work is how you do it. It's how you get to what you need. Boo, that's so good. If you hit me up on Facebook, I would like to send something out to you guys. That sounds cool, man. Thank you so much. It's very generous of you, buddy. I'm just gonna assume that your name here is the same as on Facebook then. I've been thinking about starting live stream. Do it, dude. Just do it. All you need is a half decent webcam. Like this one is the Osdom AF 640. It's like almost half the price of thingy, so you know. I just saw that other comment. Very good. Very good. Well done. I hope you're proud of yourself, you sack of crap. So there's such a bloody delay on the chat at the moment. I mean, you can try and do Friday night at 8 PM. I mean, we've got the D&D game going on at the same time as well, so go for it, man. We can share viewers, so I don't mind. You're everywhere. Okay. Horizon Creation. Oh no, yes, I think I've seen. Yeah, I think you actually messaged me before, actually, and you said you used to do some projects and that, and then you've had a bit of a hiatus, didn't you? And now you're trying to get back into it. At least I think that was you. But yeah, go for it, man. I have 2 of the HD 1080p Logitech cams and a condenser mic, so ready to go. Oh, boom! That's all you need, man. Yeah, that'd be cool. Though they're gonna need a 3rd screen because they already got one of me and then one of the D&D as well. So of course they can't. They're gonna have to pick and choose, you know. And I think I've got the face for it, you know. So. I think once you start, like, you know those little face exercising balls, it kind of looks like a gag ball. You should know about that. But you just chew on it and it's like squats for your cheeks. You know, if you give that a go for a little bit, you might be able to sort of be a bit more suitable for the live streaming spotlight. spray black corner. Don't, how dare you. I'm just joking. No, if you ever get bored of my stuff, you can always go check out Mr. Rich over at Spray Black Studios. He does phenomenal work with like his grim dark paint schemes, and he was definitely an inspiration. I mean, I had been keeping an eye out on the AOS 28 posts for the last couple of years, and that was always like worlds away from my ability. I got intimidated about that, but then when I saw Rich's videos and like how more approachable it is to sort of, you know, bring that grim dark-esque theme to a mini, that's when I thought, hang on, I can actually do this. And you know, I'd built that Stormcast back in October or November with the idea of doing something like that, because I wanted it to look a bit like the artwork from the latest Battletome, and that's why I chopped up the shield, gouged the armor and everything, but I never quite got round to it. And then, you know, Rich came along with these videos. I was like, boom, that's the way to go. Puppy face. Hey Ty, how you doing? Glad you could join us. Streaking Grime Corner. Well, you couldn't call it Grime Corner, could you? Because then you start getting a whole different crowd of people coming in thinking it's London hip hop. And I mean, like, I don't know about you, Rich, but I haven't rapped anything more than Dre or Eminem since I was a teenager, so definitely not my scene anymore. There we go. Cool, I think that'll do for that. Now I need one more Grim Corner. Not bad, eh? You're both awesome. Have a Friday night show together. Could do. Hosted by New Kev. Christ. Speak for yourself. I worked with youth offenders for long. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Oh yeah, I forgot for a moment. You worked in what was it? The prison service for a bit. Spray of Grime Black Corner. Okay, now what are we gonna look at? Oh yeah, if this doesn't turn out good, I don't know what will. Incubi Darkness, that's gotta look good. For immune offenders. You lot. I'm glad you're all here. So for the newcomers in the chat, what are you lot working on? What is your poison for the evening. Oh, ooh, that's nice. Yeah. That's got to work out, hasn't it? Alright. Let's find somewhere to overlap the colours a bit. So I'm just using Inky by Darkness for like smaller sort of spots of dry brush, just to vary up the colours a bit. Give a separate tone. It really works. Yeah. Maybe dry brush these like pods up here. Ooh, that looks good. They should name me the dry brush corner. Thanks for blowing, bro. Ah, dude, never ever have to say thank you, mate. You never ever do. Your work and charisma, and the show that you and your brother run, you know, it speaks volumes for itself. I just like people not missing out on it. So yeah. And by the way, Mythos, you're on my interview list after Elston. So yeah, we're gonna have to try and arrange that at some point, because next week I've got Elston on the show as my guest for a little hobby chill and chat. So that'll be exciting, and hopefully just for the hour and a half, because I'm sure he's got to stick to his early bedtime routine. He'll be able to forget for 5 minutes that, you know, he's got a mountain of salt for me. Killing time at work. Well, I mean, fair enough, man. So are you working late, or are you based elsewhere? Kept carrying on with making a Thunder War. Ah, well, yeah, that makes sense. Just to be setting up my laptop to get ready to stream for the first time, but I'm watching you. Oh, well, thank you so much, dude. It's not too difficult. There's so many guides on the internet on how to get it right, and they're pretty much the same. It depends what you're streaming on. Are you gonna stream to YouTube or Twitch? Because I found that the best one for Twitch is this guy called Game Streaming Careers or Streaming Game Careers. I can't remember exactly, but it's a fellow Brit. It's a nice dude, got glasses on. He I think it was only like sometime last year he managed to quit his job so he could go full-time on that. But he's got like the best advice I've seen so far on YouTube for doing streaming and stuff like that. So I did all this with Basilicum. What? Wait, oh, I haven't got the bloody. Have I got it to hand? I ain't gonna get beaten by the name. No, that one. It's not that one. That one. Not that one. I can't find it, but I think it's pronounced Basilicum Grey. Boom, knocked it out in one. But that's what I did on these thorns here, and I'm just dry brushing those with a bit of the Incubi Darkness. Just to put a bit of colour into it because it's quite pale. Yeah, it's coming out alright actually. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do, donkey. Altering blade guards, nice, very nice. ARG Smurfs, very good. Weathering a Bane blade, nice. What do you think to the new Captain Uriel Ventress? I think they're running out of how to do faces and hair. So, you know, some have got to look a bit but you also got to remember the transhuman and the features all stretched out and battered and bashed, and then they you know go through the Rubicon Primaris and it just exaggerates that out of proportionate sort of feature that these starties have. So it actually looks alright, and you can tell for a fact that the original picture was definitely slightly doctored so that they would get the hype going and get the chat going, you know, in all the groups, because as soon as that came out it got slated so hard, but everyone was talking about it in every single group, so it was a good market ploy. And then when they showed the more recent one, everyone was like, oh look, they do listen to the community. Oh, look, no, that would have been painted weeks if not a couple of months ago, right? It's already done, it's already taken a photo of, and it's waiting for its rotation in marketing. So there was no way that, you know, they rehashed it just because people complained about how it looked in the first place. So yeah, I mean, it kind of looked like they got the original Ventress face, and then they got what's his name from the Warhammer TV? Darren Latham. That's it. No, not Darren Latham. No, wrong name. Oh God, who's the one that does the interviews? I can't bloody remember. Chat, can you remember who I'm talking about? Mr. Bean. I can't remember his name though. You know, the guy who usually does all the interviews for Warhammer TV, for the Warhammer community thing. It looks like they just mashed his sort of post-lockdown face with that, mushed it together, because he had that sort of off whip to the side hair going on, from where he hadn't had a haircut for a while. But they puffed the cheeks out as well. They really rounded the face out, like, ridiculously. So Wogan. But anyways, yeah, no, it looks a lot good. It looks a lot better, and a lot of people complained about Wade. That's it, Wade. I don't know why I forgot his name. Yeah, they mushed his face with the thing. But what a lot of people complained about was how box square the feet are, and it's like, well, you know, he's got his own custom-made armor. He can have it however he blooming well likes. But, you know, I'm sure there's a design reason there, you know, whether it's for the mold aspect or if it's just, you know, just to make it look different, stand out a bit. Because I think they're trying to do little variations on all the kits just to keep it different, aren't they? They don't want it to be too samey. What's going on here? Sorry, I've got tons of notifications for no reason. So could you imagine no Terry Wogan? Yeah. So if you have been watching the Chilling Wargamers show, not the last one but the one before, Elston was sort of left alone, but he had a guest on, and we were messing around with suggestions for Primarchs, and some of the suggestions were amazing, but I think my favourite one is what's his name? Noel Fielding from the Mighty Boosh, but as the goth from the IT crowd, and putting him as Conrad Kurz. Just feeling so low. That was my favourite one by far. I finished doing all the dry brushing, didn't I? Alright, I need to focus on the fungus now. Gotta tackle that fungus. Alright. Soak that a bit. How awesome would it be to be modelled onto the 40k model? Yeah, it'd be alright. The problem with Primaris is that it's not normal Marines by normal mark. Terry Rogan Josh. Alright, so I need to shake up this Wraith bone, and I need to... you know what, I'm not even going to bother touching it up at all. Not going to touch you up. Where's that colour? No, not that one. Not that one. That's too red, isn't it? That wasn't the one that I used. Jeez, I lose track so easy. It was another one of the fleshy ones. That wasn't quite a fleshy one. Screw it. You know what, I'll just put this over it. The best was Immersive's rendition of Bricktopper's more. Yeah, with the glass. I'll tell you what, some of those were pretty darn good. So yeah, if you ever get hit by inspiration, it's well worth, like, just having fun with Photoshop or anything like that, and just popping some random celebrity's head on a Primarch. Yeah, there we go. And speaking of Primarchs, he's not really a Primarch, he's a chapter master, but I saw a couple of posts come up in the groups today about a moment in the new Marnis Kalgar comic books where he climbs up on you know, one of those massive corn war machines. I can't remember what it's called. Skull Lord or something like that, or Lord of Skulls, I think it is. And he's just like, yeah, but first things first, and he just rips the head of it off and then just blasts the insides out. You know, it's just like, Christ. People going, he's too OP, and it's like, it's a story about a dude that you don't want to die. He's gonna be OP, and you know what? If you really gonna go that way, then what's the point in doing the hobby at all? Because it's all, you know, suspense of reality. You know, you know it's not all real. There's barely any real ties to the natural way things happen and work. It's science fantasy, you know. So yeah, it can be as ridiculous as you like. I love it, man. It's a comic book for another thing. And lastly, how ridiculous do some characters on the board get? You know, when you proper buff them up, you get all the combos out, and then like you got this one model that just dishes out like, I don't know, like 20 or 30 attacks that just absolutely mince through an entire unit or chop down a war machine. It happens, you know. Anyone that says that it doesn't happen, just need to play more. Kevin Spicy. I just want Calgar to die. He won't. He's a tough old git. So not gonna happen, matey. Not on my watch. Well, if he dies, he's gonna go in such an epic way. Because that's Calgar, you know. It's like just that tough git that just won't lie down. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, I'm using the Blood Angels contrast here, just a dab of water in it. Because if you put too much water in the contrast, they do split. And then you get these little patches on, you know, where it dries, where it's just absence of pigment whatsoever. It's just really annoying. I'm going to put a little bit of red onto that black, just to tint the black a bit actually. All these little growths here, just to kind of look like smaller mushroom trying to grow up. I wonder if there's any more knocking about. I don't think there's any more, is there? Yep. Okay. That's cool. Alright. Pit it under. Well, I'm up for now. But if you message me, just saying. Sounds awesome, dude. Thank you so much, and thank you for joining us tonight as well. You stay safe and you have fun, buddy. See you around next time. Beautiful. Look at the point on that brush, huh? Oh, yeah. There we go. Shouldn't have done that on camera. Oh well, never mind. Right, now what are we going to look at while that dries? I think I'll layer in some like Screamer Pink or something into there, and then layer it into white just to offset how stark it is against the rest of it. What else can I do? I think I'll finish off the leaves now actually, because the leaves are a bit off. So yeah, and yeah, and oh, ogre in camo. Never used that before. I wonder how that'll come out. Yeah, he literally just fists everything. He puts Imperial fists to shame because Calgar's got to, you know. Enough said. Grumpy Guy Gaming, how you doing, buddy? Ah, I've got to put this on my little dry brush mix up. Yeah, boy. It's going on. Hope you're well, mate. Thanks for joining us. What are you up to this evening? Yeah. Okay. Ooh. That comes out quite different, doesn't it? have to just get a bit more off of the brush because it is a layer. It's a bit thinner. Ooh. Actually works nicely in small amounts. By the way, who's liking the music so far? Like, I know it's a nice... I know it's a change of pace, but what do you think? I should keep mixing it up now and then. I just felt like listening to something a bit different for a change. Normally I throw down with the metal playlist. But I don't know, I just saw Mumbo on the list and I was like, gotta give that a go. Oh no, I know what I'm gonna do. So you know I went kind of heavy with the Incubi Darkness on all these like gnarled lumps that kind of look like shells or like eggs of some kind, like larvae eggs. Dry brushing a little bit of Ogre camo over that is the next best thing, man. Like that, instantly beautiful shade and highlighting there. I've only ever bought Citadel because it's just the range that I know. I've looked at other things. I mean, I got streaking grimes and a couple of different pigments from AK Interactive, but that's it really. I've never really bought into any other colours because I don't paint enough really to explore others. Like if I was painting every single day, or if I did commissions on a regular, I mean I've only done one commission so far, but if I did those, then I would explore alternatives, you know, for like, you know, better blues, whites, whatever. But it just, yeah, I never really needed to. So I just stick to the paints I know and do the best I can with those and just explore them. But I never even used the entire range of Citadel either. Like I got so many paints that I just don't use, or I don't use often enough because it's not within my usual palette. So yeah, it's one of those things really. You just gotta mess around with it, and the more opportunities you have to do that, the more you're gonna explore it all. But ooh, yeah, that'll do. Good. Still recovering from the accident I had. Fell on my hands and damaged the nerves. Yeah. Well, I hope you have a speedy recovery, buddy, because I know what it's like to have your hands out of action and you can't not keep trying to use them, which doesn't help the recovery process. Like I had hand cramp in my left hand for 2 days and it's almost completely gone now. You know, just by using my phone a lot less, it helped. But for one day, I was on my phone so much like this, just, and that's my holding phone, so it just cramped like that. But obviously that's nowhere near as bad as damaging your nerves, but I can kind of try and bridge across there and just say, yeah, dude, it's not cool having your hands out of action. I like the music, but it feels like I'm in Nando's, but with no chicken. Stick a chicken on then, or go on Uber Eats, order yourself a chicken, and then you can just like munch half a chicken while you watch me. yeah, that's worked out nicely actually. I love just making it up as I go along because I surprise myself all the time with some color schemes that just work, or like, you know, like you just mix and match stuff and it's just like, yeah. And the great thing of it being on a live show as well is that I can always go back and check it and just say, oh yeah, that's how I did it, if I'm so inclined to. I can also use this to give the what was it? The Play Guard green. Just a little bit of a highlight. Just to tie that in there. I think that helps to finish that mossy look there. Boom. Boom. A little bit on the tips. On the tips, I said. Naughty boys. That will do. Yeah. All right. Okay, that's what happens when you keep sitting on your hand for 20 minutes. Hey, leave it out, buddy. Leave it out. That's what she said. You are a very naughty boy. I hope you get a hangnail that just doesn't go away no matter how much you pick it. Yeah, I don't wish you physical or emotional harm. I just wish you the most irritating thing in the most prolonged way possible. That's how much I love you. Oh, got another subscriber. Thank you very much, Jacob Pence. It's very good of you to hop along on the journey of the hobby corner. And I don't know if you're in the chat at the moment or if you just subscribed from watching one of the videos, but if you ever come across this, thank you. Okay, is that dry yet? It's not dry yet. That's still taking its time. What I like about this model is that you can be as messy and as uneven with the colours as you like, and it just gives it more of a natural look, you know? Beautiful. Right, so I'm gonna have to repaint this because when I dry brushed the bark initially, I'd gotten some of that dried bark colour onto the body of the lady, so well, I didn't want to go as far as to wish that you had an itch in the arch of your foot that did not go when you scratched it because it was more than skin deep. But you know, if you're gonna force me down that road, I can be that malicious. Okay, so yeah, repainting that, so just go straight to Ceramite White, the colour that is hated so much for its clumpiness. But I think people forget just how bad whites are, full stop, if you want a good consistency on the pigment. And before anyone says there's that one from another company called Platinum White, I've seen it. It gets clumpy as well. No, it's not perfect. There are no perfect whites out there. The closest thing is White Scar, actually. White Scar comes out really nicely for me. But it's just not as thick as the base colour, because of course you need the more pigments and that. Hey, West Soldier Gaming, how you doing, buddy? Hope you good. I hope you're doing well, man. I'm guessing you've been really busy with your new job, because I haven't seen you in a bit, man. What are you up to tonight? No, because you could just flush that out. You can easily flush that out. What you can't do with an itch that's more than skin deep is scratch it. So therefore it stays there. There's no solution to that. So you're boogered. I'm telling you, man. An itch you cannot scratch is the worst thing possible. Well, I mean, it's not the worst thing possible, but it is definitely up there with irritating things. Now, I'll tell you what, some of the Japanese torture techniques, now those are nasty. You know, like sharpened bamboo stick left to grow into you because they grow super fast. I think it's like 1 centimeter a day. And like getting the small shoots sharpened, and then like have your hands pinned down and just have them like grow under your nails. Oh, or what else? Death by 1,000 paper cuts. That's grim. That'll definitely do ya. Just use a craft knife, skin heals. Going all source survival on me, are you? How did we get onto this grim talk? Stop bringing your grim dark into conversation, okay? It should stay on the models. There's no streaky grime for this conversation. Like wet bamboo wrapped around your testicles and left to dry. Ah, bro. Oh man, it just gets grimmer. You know it's past 9 o'clock now, right? When this kind of talk gets down. Oh boy, I really need a drink so bad. I did not get myself a cup of water like I normally do, so give me 2 secs. I'm gonna grab a beer and to mute the mic, and all you can hear is me bundle around. There we go. So ooh yeah, I like it when you open up a bottle of beer and you just get that bit of cool CO2 just spill out over the top. Oh yeah, that'll do. Okay, so that's almost dry already. That's still drying slowly. All right, and I think once we do that, Oh, dude. Thank you so much, man. Oh, that's so generous of you. To get your hair cut once your barber's open again. Oh, dude. Thank you so much, dude. Dude. I'm gonna stop saying dude now. You flustered me. Thank you. It's very generous of you, buddy. May oh, I won't say it because I'm gonna fluff it anyway. May your libido last long and your testicles swing well. Oh dear, there we go. Oh, the music stopped as well. Let's start that again, shall we? Boom. Well, just for that, buddy. Did I just say I was a fluffer? No. Never ever said that. Oh, Disson, how you doing? Oh no, now you've got me. Hope I didn't blow your speakers. Fluffing around, yeah. That's what I do, I fluff around. Right. Yes, gotta give this Nanoc oxide a real good shake so I can top up. Yeah, so I can top up on this bit. There you go. Always give it a good shake, and I'm going to use an older brush, of course. Right. There we go. And as I said before, I don't mind it getting on the edges of the bark around it, because of course it's got that glow effect to it. So. Just make sure I don't put it on too thickly, otherwise I'll start blotting out the details. And I've got to work quickly with it because otherwise it starts streaking as well. So pop all that on there. That on there. Aha! Get around the back there. There we go. And then just put a bit of that glowiness around the edge. A little light sourcing going on there. Oh yeah. Sorry mate. I was a bit too close to the speaker, I guess. I was always told if you shake it more than twice, you're playing with it. Well, I was playing with it. It was my musical instrument. Sorry, was it really that loud? I thought the filters would have sort of taken some of that out. Never mind. Okay, let's close that before that gets spilled. And I think it's dried now. It's just got a glossy sheen to it, so I can finally do something with that. So, Screamer Pink. Or do I go Pink Horror? No, I'll go Pink Horror, and then I'll go into White Scar for the underneath there. Ooh, actually no, Cadian Flesh Tone. Bye bye, Pink Horror. Never used that one. Let's do Cadian Flesh Tone on that, and then White Scar. I think that'll look real good. I just hope I didn't wake the kids. I don't think I did. I'll definitely hear it by now. Right. I've been thinking, you know what? Something I've thought about for years now when it comes to painting is whether or not I should use a wet palette. Right. And I did make my own wet palette a few years back, and it was okay. But the problem is you don't always need your paints to be so wet, you know. It just felt a bit too much, and you know, I had reduced the amount of moisture in it and everything like that, so it wasn't a case of just, you know, I left it soggy and then I didn't try and sort that situation out. I did. I experimented with trying to get that wet palette to, you know, keep the paints wet but not overly so, and it just, I don't know, didn't really suit my painting style. And I do get frustrated sometimes when, especially in the summer, when the paint starts dry quickly, or if you're trying to do blending and you know, again, it just dries because you've put a bit more water into it and then it's just evaporated. So, but I'm thinking, because there's so many on the market at the moment, just going through the reviews and seeing which ones are the best at the moment. I might invest in one at some point. That's alright, actually. Bonza. This is starting to look very anatomical. Let's try and paint under there. So you might not be able to see it because it's at such a odd angle. But I'm applying, so these sort of fungus style bit parts at the back, I've they originally started off with a little bit of what was it? Bollocks. Wraithbone white to start with, then Blood Angels contrast, and now just on the underside with some watered down Cadian flesh tone. Just trying to build up the paleness of the flesh. But I'm doing it on the underside. I'm keeping the top side that visceral red. So I think it's a nice bold colour to really stand out. Such an odd angle. So, has the chat died or is it just me? Let's have a look, see. No, you're still there. Okay. So did the D&D game go ahead then? Still been listening. Hands were cakes in compound. Nice. For anyone who's not too well versed in the hobbying industry, he's talking about a compound that is used for texturing miniatures or you know, terrain pieces and that. Not the other kind of compound that is illegal around the world. Mr. I mean, that's a fair comparison. I'll take that. I will take that to the bank. So I'm still on the fence on whether or not I'm going to do the rumoured third Games Workshop Hachette part work series, and whether or not it is called Imperium for sure. You know, I think that's pretty much certain now. But I'm thinking I've got a ton of stuff that I need to paint and build and sort through, possibly get rid of. And there's lots of stuff that I've seen that I would like to try out, you know, like the werewolves and Vikings, you know, I really like those models. The Fargle, they're pretty cool. And you know, like if Pickle hadn't of shown us the Northumbrian Tin Soldier, I would never have known that that company existed. But they got some really quirky and characterful minis. You know, like I've heard a lot about Lion Tower and Bolt Action and all these other different companies, and you know, it'd just be nice to try something different. Just dabble, you know, maybe like buy like a single model to paint up or something, not like properly buy into it, because God forbid, I do not need another collection of anything. And like the Star Wars Legions, I mean, that looks cool as well. Be badass to try and paint a lightsaber. So, you know, that's 40 or 50 quid a month spent on magazine series that I could just put towards buying other things instead. Or saving, you know. Or getting haircuts. Right, so I'm just going to get a bit more of that Cadian flesh. So this is where a wet palette would work. Yeah, I'll visit Atlantis Minis. I'm sure Adam will give me a good deal. But yeah, no, Pago Minis, Atlantis Minis, Lion Tower, Star Wars stuff. Heck, you know what? It'd be a nice change of pace to try one of those Crisis Protocol minis as well, because they look pretty cool. And just really expand my horizons a bit, you know, because I've only ever really painted Games Workshop stuff. You know, for the longest time, the Lord of the Rings just felt like enough of a variation to the Warhammer style to justify not really needing to go anywhere else, because it is a slightly different scale and a slightly different style. But yeah, I think sometime this year I'll branch out, but I want to finish the Mortal Realms stuff, and I want to finish, well, I don't want to finish, but I want to do some of my old Lord of the Rings stuff and finally get those heroes sort of display worthy, and then do that display base, see where that takes me. And yeah, I mean, the year is young, plenty of projects to do. It's never ever an end of stuff to do, so it's going to be a busy year, I think. Not to be biased or anything, but you should paint more orcs. Well, I do have some Iron Jaws waiting in the wings, so I'll get round to those, because they were in the third premium kit from Mortal Realms, so I'll definitely be getting around to painting those bad boys. And who knows, I might even go back to the 2016 rendition of whatchamacallit, Blood Bowl, paint those orcs as well. You never know. That's why it looked different. I used achromatic blue, not the Nylock oxide, and that's why it looks so different. That's fine. I can pin wash this contrast on it and then layer up with the white. Won't be a problem. Quest Protocol is a pretty good shout. I'm currently fighting the urge to... How can you grimdark that though? They're not really the most like hard ass wearing characters, are they? It'd be quite hard to grimdark a lot of the Marvel characters because they're all very bright and flamboyant. So you'd have to sort of really work hard to do that. Hey, you know what? Screw it, I'll just pop it everywhere. It's just easier. Yeah, this looks more familiar. There we go. Let's top up that and that bit there. Yeah. Yeah, boy. That's what makes it so good. That's what makes it so mental, mate. You're a man demented, mate. Absolutely demented. Can't just grimdark everything, mate. Streak and grime ain't that good. It's fighting talk. Right. I ain't cracked my knuckles in a while either. And so, what to do with that honeycomb? Gonna give it a very, very light dry brush of that, but I'm gonna use this actually, it's better for dry brushing. There we go. See how that works. Just a very light dry brush with the honeycomb. It's not bad. Kind of works. Just a little bit here and there. Let's get it poppin'. Now I've done it. There we go. Easy. But that's when you have the rust streaks, dark mud and oil and enamel washes. It's not all about streak and grime. Yeah, but at that point, is it even worth painting the model, mate? You might as well just dunk it in a bucket of oil and just slap it down. Okay, now I can paint those damn leaves. Right. Gonna make them a nice rich colour. So we're going with not warpstone glow. Warpstone glow? Yeah, I'm gonna go warpstone glow because I've already put a green on there. It was a contrast green, but it's just didn't really stick around very well. So warpstone glow. Then I'm gonna shade it, and then possibly let's go a quick highlight, dry brushing highlight. So I just gotta pick these little things out. Just gotta pick these little things out. They're everywhere. Little leads. There we go. That's looking better. So normally by now I would be working on a video for the following week, and doesn't matter like how much effort's put in it, normally there is something in the works. This week I got an out, and before Rich says it, it's not because I ain't got anything to copy. There's plenty to copy. It's just I'm stuck between ideas, and also I still have to record my little thing for Travis as well, because he put out a sort of, you know, come help me sort of thing to content creators. So I'll answer a couple of questions for him to help him with his uni work, his project, and I've written down the answers, so you know, basically got a script down, but I haven't recorded it yet. And of course I've got to quickly edit that just to get out all of the nonsense. He said don't worry about waffling, but I'm not going to give him like half an hour's worth of waffle for nothing. But yeah, once I do that, I don't know. I'm sure I'll think of something. Unless you guys got an idea in the chat for what I could have for Tuesday's video. I forget the blood splat or little bits of brain and skull make the it does indeed. Okay. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what your suggestions would be. I do have an idea in the works for what's it called? Doing like a grimdarky sort of night haunt, but that, to be honest, loads of people have done that pretty good. Like really darkened the night haunt and made him proper nightmarish. And I'd love to have a go at that, because I gave it a go a while back, and it's the the one that's holding the lantern that you see on the end credits of my video. It's quite dark, and I go from like this off yellow glow from the right at the top of the mini, and it sort of blends down into these greens, this really off dark greens that have got a lot of black mixed into it, and then it goes into the deep purple around the base. I think it's the purple that sort of stops it from being so horror-esque. Because you kind of want to sort of, you want it dark, but you want it light as well, and you want it to sort of be washed out but not completely, and it's such a weird sort of scheme. And then you want to make it all mucky as well, but You have to target the right areas because, of course, it is a spirit. You leave my ideas alone, mister. You stick to your Space Marines and your 40k. Oh, you know what? How about that for a collaboration idea, yeah? See who can make the most grimdark looking Nighthaunt. We'll both have the same mini to make it fair. So if Mindmore and Banshees are the only ones you got, I think I got a spare. Right. We'll give ourselves like a week or 2 weeks or whatever to give it 2 weeks to paint it and film it and edit it and everything. I wouldn't say that's taking the idea from yours and Pickles collaboration because you were swapping styles then. I think this is more of a competition to see who can grimdark fantasy more. What do you think, Rich? Okay, need a quick dry brush on that. Got a frog in my throat today. Damn thing won't hop off. Bear in mind, it'll probably have to be sometime in April if you can wait that long, because March is actually quite a busy month for me, project-wise. Oh yeah! All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Live on air. Mr. Rich from Sprayback Studios has accepted my challenge to Grimdark Age of Sigma. A Grimoff, so to speak. How about painting everything like an orc? Orc cast, orc marine, orc tree, elves. Well, you know, you might as well just do a kit bash then, an orky kit bash, if you're going to paint everything like an orc. Get a little bit of that white on the edges there as well, of the bark. Nice. Why can't Miss Piggy count to 70? Hey, Pirate Cream Pickle. Well, thank you for being there. Hope you have a good night. Nah. That ain't gonna work. I'm not gonna hazard a guess, Rich. But not. The point is, they don't all. Yeah. Just wanted to pop my nose in. What you painting? The Dryka Hammerdrift, which is the big angry tree lady. As the head for her. And I sort of put off trying to finish her because I started it a couple of weeks back. And yeah, I just want to get some more done. So I've been messing around with different sort of colours for dry brushing on moss. And yeah, it's coming along alright. Yeah, we're listening to Mumbo. So I'm feeling Mumbo today. That's my mood for the day. Or this evening anyway. Right, so what next? Oh yeah, I was going to layer that out the back because I know. Just water that down just a bit because I can't be asked to blend it with a bit of that. Don't really need it. Do I need it? Yeah, I do need it. That should do. There we go. Almost. Do 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 do. I'm doing it streaky here, so it blends a bit more towards that bark bit there. Needs a bit more of that fleshy colour going towards the bark, and then just bring it back down around here. There we go. Lovely jubbly. Cool. I feel like I should be having a cocktail now. Yes. That's it. That's what I was aiming for. Yeah, it is very rare that sequels are better than originals. But I'm sure some people can shout out some good examples in the chat of when a sequel was better than the original. There we go. That looks alright actually. I like the kind of messy texture look that it's got going on under there, but it's still bright, deep red in between. So There we go. Those stairs really are creaky, aren't they? I've been busy as my phone. Normally it's on 10 before. Woo. Empire Strikes Back was better than A New Hope. Ooh. Yes. Agreed. That's a good shout. Alright, now to finish off those greens. So I was gonna shade them. Where's the null oil? Terminator 2. Oh no, that's Terminator 2 was good. Is it better than the original Terminator? I don't know. That's debatable. How did I get... Ah, bruv. As the Londoner coming at me. I accidentally got some white paint on there. Darn it. Ah, we'll just act like it's pigeon poo. Hang on. There we go. I put some non-oil on it. There you go, you got pigeon poop. Done. Age of Sigma pigeon poop. They gets everywhere, yo. That's it. Happy little accidents, you know, as Bob Ross says. Happy little accidents, just opportunities, or something like that. I don't know. I've never been very good at quoting. Beverly Hill Cop 2. Ooh. See, I kind of liked the first one. Oh, Pirate Queen Pickle, I dare you to tell Josh that Die Hard 2 is better than Die Hard. I dare ya. This is like the Latin American equivalent of elevator music, isn't it? Heat was better than LA Takedown. That's your next. What do you mean that's my next video? What? Are sequels better than originals? Is Age of Sigma better than Warhammer Fantasy? Oh, there's a hot topic. Right there. That's a sequel, essentially. Is 9th edition better than 8th? For 40k. Okay, I end up starting a war on the internet. His workshop told me I couldn't paint pigeon poo on my beat. Yeah, it'd be a very quick video. Shall I try and revive your idea of the short tutorial videos? I'll be honest, I actually back when I started, I thought about doing short tutorial videos, but then I saw that the best sort of range to aim for when it comes to length of time for videos is about 10 minutes. So, you know, I ditched that idea to go straight for that. It was an interesting concept that you did. Kind of liked it, but because the videos are so short, I think if once you became monetized, you wouldn't be able to capitalize on it at all. Prince William is better than Prince Charles, and the third one, Prince Harry, was the worst. It's not better than the first one. Godfather 2. Ooh, nice. So coming on nicely. Just gotta wait for the shade to dry on those leaves. But like I said, I'm really happy with what we've done with the moss, and I don't know if you can see it that well on cam, but you can see all the different hues knocking about, and the fleshy bit under there is quite cool. I think next thing to do is do something about this bramble, maybe highlight the joints in between, finish off the leaves, and then do something about these claws, because again, I used the contrast basilicum grey on it, and it came out quite cool, but then I got a bit messy with the other colours, so something to do. And then of course I've got all these jewels to do on the head as well, but I'm liking it. I like how it's coming along. So look at that. Oof. There we go. I'm pissed off because you didn't make me a cup of tea in the morning. Alright, so let's get the time. It's 10 past 10. So let's just change over here and drop that down. So yeah, it's been a good laugh. I definitely enjoyed tonight. We've done a lot of experimenting with some of the colours tonight, and for the most part it's paid off actually. It really worked well, so you know, long may that luck last. And also Different Gear TV, thank you again so much for your donation. It's definitely going in the haircut pot, so thank you again, you absolute legend. For anyone else who wants to donate or support the channel, there are many different ways. All will be in the description below the video. So the best way is, if you've got stuff to order for your hobby supplies and whatever, go to Element Games. If you hit that link and use the code that's supplied there as well, you get extra loyalty points as well, which you can save up to get further discounts. So that's, you know, win-win, and I get a little kickback. If you want to do a straight up drop like that, then of course there's the Streamlabs link, or buy me a coffee even. And yeah, you know, there's tons of social media links there as well, so go check them out. Tons of Facebook groups, all of them fantastic. Check out the Chilean Wargamers as well. I'm a proud member of the Chilean network, so there's so much talent there and so much variety and content and ideas. You can never get bored. There's always something to entice you, so it's well worth checking out. They got a Discord. I don't think the link is update. Sorry, that frog in the throat is still there. So I don't think the link is quite updated, but if you get onto the Facebook page and ask about, someone will drop the link for you. And if you haven't already, throw down a subscribe, a like. If you do subscribe, make sure you hit that bell icon and click all, so that way you don't miss any videos whatsoever, because if you just click it and it does sometimes, then you could miss a good video like this one. So yeah, once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you have a great weekend. So until next time, peace.